What is up, guys? So, today we're going to be talking about my own tea with guilt. So, I've been doing a lot of thinking and trying to figure out what in my past do I feel guilty about? What part of my past do I feel ashamed about? And I was thinking, and I don't regret a lot in my life. I am very blessed with a lot that has happened. But the one thing that I do feel shame around is how I left when I was 18 years old. So, when I was 18, I was going out to my sister's in Colorado. So I lived in Ohio, and I was going to visit my sister in Colorado and her boyfriend. And so I went out to Colorado, and her boyfriend was like, "Hey, so you don't have a plane ticket back to Ohio?" And I was like, "Excuse me? What?" And he's like, "No, you're 18 years old. If you don't, you can go back if you want to. Like, I'll pay for the plane ticket. But if you don't want to go back, you don't have to. You can stay out here and live with us." And as an 18-year-old, I was like, yes, absolutely. Because all I could think about was getting out of that toxic trauma house. I didn't want to be there anymore. And I had a way out. So, thinking of myself, I was like, I don't want to be in this house anymore, and someone is giving me a way out. Absolutely, I'm going to take this way. So I said yes. I decided to write my parents a letter. Both of them, they're divorced, so I had to write my dad a letter, and I had to write my mom a letter. And basically what I said in the letter was just, hey, I'm not coming back. The situation that I lived in was very toxic. I told my dad that. I said the situation that I lived in was very toxic, and someone is giving me a way out, and so I'm going to take it. And then I told my mom that I found out a couple of stuff that she was keeping from me, medical history-wise, and that I didn't want to live with her anymore, and that I was just not coming back. So, thinking of it now, and being, I don't know, more mature, I feel like I am more mature than I was back then. But thinking of it now, like, I don't regret doing it. Like, I feel like if I didn't do it, my life wouldn't have changed at all. Like, I probably would still be, well, I would like to think that I got a little smarter and I would have done something by then. Ashamed of how I went about the whole moving out process and everything, because Lexi today wouldn't do that to anybody. Like, I feel that I have more empathy for other people now, so I would definitely put into thinking how my mom or my dad would have read that letter and how they would feel. So I am ashamed of how I went about the process and how I went about moving, but I don't regret any of it. I don't regret how anything went about, because at the time, that's how things had to happen for me to be free. If I had went back, I don't think that... I think it would have taken a lot longer for me to get out of that toxic family. But then also, I feel like I would have been trading toxic for toxic because of the relationship that I would have been in. And I think that would have been the same, not same level of toxicity, but just like a different kind of toxicity. So that's my shame story. I am ashamed that I went about it that way. Like I said, the Lexi today wouldn't have written that letter, because I know it definitely hurt my mom and my dad. Well, my dad, I'm not too sure, but my mom definitely, because I wasn't coming back to her. So I'm not proud of how things went down, of how the process went. Would I do it again? I would definitely move out and get away from that toxic family again, but I think I would definitely try and do it in a more civilized way. Me now. I mean, yeah, I don't think I would have... I would like to think that I would have done it in a more civilized way, but if we went back and I was the Lexi that I was back then, I don't think I would be able to do it in a more civilized way, because I wasn't as growth-minded as I am now. I wasn't as personally developed as I am now. So, I don't know. Everything happens for a reason. I wouldn't do anything any differently. I would still have written that letter. I might have just did it more in a polite way. Maybe a phone call instead of a letter. But yeah, so that is my shame story. And if you want to go back and learn about the difference between shame and guilt, I will link that up here in that corner or that corner. I can never tell you what corner they're in. That My Taking Back group link will be down in the description down below. We talk about personal development and things and coping skills. So if that sounds interesting to you, click the link down below and we will see you guys in the next video. Bye!